Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Unit 15 Chemistry in Everyday Life. Students, when we hear the word chemistry, what do you think about that? Yes, we think of chemical reaction conducted in the laboratory. That is chemistry, isn't it? But it is not. So, the chemistry is beyond that. So, chemistry is nothing but the chemistry present in everything our surrounding. Like, it is in the air we breathe, the food we eat, and in everything we use in our life, the chemistry is present. So, students, our body is made up of some elements like nitrogen, potassium, sulfur, magnesium, etc. All the chemical reactions taking place in our body are due to what? Chemistry. Yes. Right? This is a method of digestion process. Right? So students, our whole life is dependent on various chemical compounds. Among them, hydrocarbon are the most important one. What is that? Hydrocarbon. So students, in this lesson, we are going to discuss about what is hydrocarbon, properties of hydrocarbon, and coal. Coal is nothing but one of the fuel, right? So coal, types of coal, uses of coal, solar energy, and application of solar energy. Let us see one by one. First, hydrocarbon. So the word represents what is the meaning for that. What is that? Here, what are the atoms is present here? Yes, hydrogen and carbon. The hydrogen and carbon form this hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbon are the organic compound consisting of carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen atoms. Right? They are combustible and produce large amount of heat energy along with carbon dioxide, water vapor on burning. So students, hydrocarbon is nothing but is one of the organic chemical compound composed exclusively of hydrogen and carbon atom. So hydrocarbons are naturally occurring compound and form the basis of crude oil, natural gas, coal and other important energy sources. So hydrocarbon are highly combustible and produce what are they? Carbon dioxide, water and heat when the hydrocarbon are combustible, right? So at that situation it produce what are they? Carbon dioxide, water and heat when they are burned. Okay students. Therefore hydrocarbons are highly effective as a source of fuel. So where we use this hydrocarbon? So the hydrocarbon are used as a fuel. Okay students, because it produces carbon dioxide, water and heat. So only it is act as a fuel. So what is the definition of hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon is an organic compound that contains only carbon and hydrogen atom. We burn many hydrocarbons as fuel. So where we use this? Like a bike, a car, all vehicles are using this hydrocarbon, right? Let us see properties of hydrocarbons. Students, among all the chemical compounds, hydrocarbons have some unique properties. Let us see. Hydrocarbon are organic compounds. It is made up of two elements. What are they? Carbon and hydrogen, right? So hydrocarbon are insoluble in water. So they are called non-polar. So hydrocarbons mix poorly with water. So it is called non-polar. Non-polar is nothing but it does not dissolve in water. So hydrocarbon are less dense comparing to water. Then only the hydrocarbon float on top of the water. Because the density of the hydrocarbon is less than density of water. Students, do you know what is the density of water? Yes, the density of water is 1000. Students, hydrocarbons are low melting and boiling points. So it is flammable and tend to burn in combustion reaction, isn't it? At a combustion reaction produced, what are they? Carbon dioxide, heat and water. Right? Hydrocarbon can be gases like methane, propane, etc. Hydrocarbon are capable of making bonds with one another. This property is known as catenation. Like this. This is bonding. So hydrocarbon are capable of making what? Bond, double bond, single bond, like that. So this property is known as catenation. Students, we will explain in our higher classes about this bonding nature. The bonding formation name is chain formation. Due to this property, they form more number of complex. Right here, one of the carbon is present. So around this carbon, we have 4 number of hydrogens. It forms methane. What is the molecular formula for methane? CH4. Do you follow, students? So only the hydrocarbon is act as a gases like methane, propane, etc. Hydrocarbons are used as fuels like heating oil, diesel fuel, gasoline, coal and methane. Do you understand, students? Okay, students. Next we move to coal. Do you know about this coal? Yes. Coal is one of the fossil fuels. It is a mixture of free carbon and compounds of carbon containing hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. These are the components present in coal. The main component of the coal is carbon. Let us see how the coal is formed. 300 million years ago, some plants grew into cane ferns and mosses. Right, these plants, this is a mosses, this is a cane plant, right? So these plants got buried into bottom of the soil. They slowly started to decompose and formed a dense sponge-like material called beet. This is a beet. So these plant slowly started to decompose and formed a dense. This dense is like a sponge material, that is called beet. Over time, beet was compressed due to high temperature and pressure. Right? At that situation, our coal is formed. So, this beet is compressed due to high heat and pressure. Right? Particular time, it converted into carbon. So, as coal contains mainly carbon. The slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. The process name is carbonization. This is a method to forming coal. Do you understand, students? So decaying of the plants, it produce carbon or coal. Do you understand? Right. Let us see different types of coal. Coal differentiate 4 types. So, the main categories based on amount of carbon it contains and heat energy it can produce. They are lignite, bituminous coal, subbituminous coal and anthracite coal. These are the types of coal. Do you follow, students? Among these 4 types, anthracite is the most desirable one due to its high heat content. Let us see. So, this is beet. This is not a coal. When we increase heat and pressure, the beet converted into brown coal. That name is lignite. Right? After increasing some more heat to the lignite, it converted into bituminous. That is a soft coal. Again, you increase some heat, the bituminous changes into anthracite. That is a hard coal. So, this anthracite is a most desirable one. It's a heat. This is a high heat content. Right? So beet is nothing but partially decayed plant matter in swamps and bogs. Low heat content. Right? Lignite is a low heat content, low sulfur content, limited supplies is most areas. So these used in a limited areas only. So bituminous is one of the soft coal. This is extensively used as a fuel because of its high heat content and large supplies. Normally has a high sulfur content. So which one have a high sulfur content? The bituminous. Okay. This bituminous used large, right? So this anthracite is a highly desirable fuel because of its high heat content and low sulfur content. Supplies are limited in most areas. So where we use this anthracite? Limited area only, because the sulfur content present in anthracite is very less comparing to bituminous. Do you follow, students? So in bitumenous have large sulfur content. So this type of coal is used in large areas. But anthracite is a low sulfur content. So it is used in a limited area only. Do you follow, students? Beat converted into lignite, lignite converted into bituminous, bituminous is converted into anthracite. Okay, these are the method to forming coal. Let us see a deep explanation of these types of coal. First, lignite. Lignite, the other name is brown coal. What is the color of the lignite? Brown coal. So the lignite is available in Neyveli, in Tamil Nadu, right? So this is the lowest rank of coal and used almost exclusively as a fuel for electric power generation. So the only lignite corporation. So Neyveli Lignite Corporation is produce current depends of this lignite only. Jet, a compact to form a lignite, is sometimes polished and has been used as an ornamental stone also. Since the upper Paleolithic, it is 65 to 70% carbon and 63 to 53% volatile matter. In lignite, the carbon is present in limited amount only. So high amount of water and makes up almost half of our total coal reserves. So it is used for where? To produce electricity. The other use of lignite is generating synthetic natural gas and producing fertilizer products also. So the lignite is found in Palna of Rajasthan, Neyveli in Tamil Nadu, Lakshmipur of Assam and Karve of Jammu and Kashmir. So the lignite found these places. Do you follow, students? Next, subbituminous coal. When the lignite becomes darker and harder, over time subbituminous coal is formed. Right? So this property range from those of lignite to those of bituminous coal. It is used primarily as fuel for steam electric power generation and it is an important source of lignite aromatic hydrocarbon for the chemical synthesis industry also. It has a higher heating value than lignite and contain 70 to 76% of carbon presence here. So where we use this to produce electricity power generation. This coal has lower sulfur content than other type of burns cleaner. So this type of coal contain lower sulfur. Right. So it is found in Meghalaya, Langreen and East Tarangri in Kashi Hills district and Pebang in Jainita Hills district and West Tarangri in Karo Hills district. Do you understand, student? Next, bituminous coal. This coal is more chemical and physical change. Subbituminous coal is developed into bituminous coal. So subbituminous coal is developed into bituminous coal. Bituminous coal is dark and hard. It contains 86% of carbon. It has a high heating value. Here the sulfur content is also high. It is also used to generate electricity. Other important of this coal is to provide coke to iron and steel industries. Byproduct of this coal can be converted into different chemicals which are used to make paint, nylon and many other items. This coal is used to making road also, right? Like tar coal, like that. Next, anthracite. Anthracite is the highest grade coal, right? It has a very lightweight and the highest heat content. So this is a highest rank of coal. It is a harder, glossy black coal used primarily for residential commercial phase heating. So the carbon containing in this coal is 86 to 98%, right? And has a heating value slightly higher than bituminous coal also. It burns longer with more heat and less dust. So 8 to 3% volatile matter. In India, it is found in parts of Jammu and Kashmir only. These are types of coals. What are they? Yes, lignite, subbituminous, bituminous and anthracite. Do you follow, students? Okay. Let us see uses of coal. Students, in the US, 92% of coal is used for electricity. In steel and iron industries also use coal for smelting. So this is a process. This process is used depending upon their coal. So other industries use coal for brick, paper, limestone and cement. These industries are used this coal for preparing this. Right? So coal is still used a lot today. There are many other types of fuels being used. So coal is not longer the number one fuel type. We use coal for the same reason they were used during the Industrial Revolution also. Coal is used as a liquid fuel, electricity, steel production and cement manufacturing also. Coal is used in railway engine to produce steam to run engine. Where we use this coal in railway engine also. So that engine produces steam because when it produces steam then only the engine will run. So coal is still used in homes in villages as fuel to cook food in chalkas. Coal is used in thermal power plant to produce electricity. So coal is used to generate heat and electricity also. In industries, coal is used to produce coke, coal tar and coal gas. These are the main uses of coal. Do you follow, students? Coal has numerous uses, some of which are listed as below. Coal is widely used as a fuel because it burns easily and releases high amount of heat energy. So only we are using this coal. Other fuels such as coal gas, coal tar and synthesis petrol, methane and coke are derived from coal. Coke is one of the carbon. Coke is used in the manufacturing of steel. It is largely used as a reducing agent in the extraction of metals from their ores. So at that situation we are using coke. Right? Coke is also used as a fuel and is preferred over coal since it burns without smoke. So the coke does not produce smoke. Right. Coal tar is used in the manufacture of many useful organic compounds such as synthetic dyes, drugs, pesticides, naphthalene balls, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paint, photographic material, roofing material and so on. So at the industries we are using coal tar. Coal tar is a fuel. Do you follow, students? So what are the requirements of good fuel? A good fuel should have low ignition point. Note that point. A good fuel should be low ignition point. It should have a high calorific value. It should freely burn with a high efficiency when it is ignited. It should not produce harmful gases. It should produce a least quality of smoke and gases. It should be economical, easy to store and convenient for transportation. These are the requirements of good fuel. Which one produce low ignition point and a high calorific value and high efficiency and harmful gases and produce the least quality of smoke, and it should be economically very easy to store and for the convenient transportation. These are the good quality of good fuel. Do you follow, students? Let us see what is coal gas. Coal gas is a mixture of hydrogen, methane, carbon monoxide and other gases. It was earlier used as a domestic lighting fuel before natural gas came into use. So at the time we are using this coal gas. It is presently used as a fuel in some industries located near the coal processing plants. So coal gas is a mixture of what are they? Carbon monoxide, methane and hydrogen. So it is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. Used as a fuel industries and lighting purpose. Do you understand, students? Next we move to solar energy. Do you know about solar energy? Yes. Sun is the first and foremost energy source that makes life possible on the earth, isn't it? Yes, sun is a main source. Solar energy is the only viable fuel source of non-depleting nature for sun provides a free and renewable source of energy. So the solar energy is get from the radiation energy produced by the sun. So this is a renewable source, clean renewable source of energy. It is the renewable type of energy without endangering the environmental. So the solar energy is not a disorder of our environment. It is a potential source to replace the fossil fuel in order to meet the needs of the world. So harnessed by solar collection methods such as solar cells, converted into usable energy such as electricity. Which energy? This energy, solar energy, is converted as to electrical energy. This is a set of solar panels. I will explain about how the solar panels are working. Right? So solar energy is obtained from the sun in the form of heat and light. The energy derived in the form of solar radiation. This is a panel. This solar energy received by the near earth space is approximately 1.4 kilojoules per second, known as solar constant. The heat energy is used in solar heating devices like solar cooker, solar water heater, solar furnaces, etc. The light energy is used in solar cell. This cell is converting this energy, right? So these are the top uses of solar. What are they? Power fan, heat swimming pool, heat home and water, and charge batteries, and solar radiating cooker. So solar energy is nothing but this is a solar power energy made from the sun's radiation. As the sun emits radiation and it penetrates the ozone layer in the atmosphere, stratosphere. Right? It is collected by large blue solar panel that runs it through its internal systems and generate electricity from it. This is the definition of solar energy. So what is solar energy? This is originate with the thermonuclear fusion reaction occurring in the sun. Represent the entire electromagnetic radiation, that is visible light, infrared, and X-ray and radio waves also. This radiant energy from the sun has powered life on earth for many millions of years. How the solar panels work? So this is a solar panel. One of the photovoltaic cell converts sunlight into electrical energy, and this effect is known as photovoltaic effect. So which one is a convert sunlight into electrical energy? Voltaic cell. So the voltaic cell is only used to convert this radiation, light radiation, into electricity. Solar cells essentially generate electricity by converting photons of light into electrons. Solar cell producing direct current or DC. This direct current is converted into alternating current or the alternating current by using inverter. Which one is converting DC into AC? Yes, inverter. Do you understand, students? So solar energy is nothing but nuclear fission reaction inside the sun releases energy in the form of heat and light. Solar energy received near Earth's face is approximately 1.4 kilojoule. This is a solar constant. What are the application of solar energy? Solar energy has wider application in various fields, like it is used in solar water heater, solar cell, solar cooker, and then solar heat collector, solar furnace, and solar power plant. So the solar energy is used in the solar greenhouses also. It is used in solar pumping and solar distillation. It is used for solar cooker and solar furnaces also. These are the main appliances of solar energy. Students, do you understood? Yes, I hope all are understood about this lesson. Next, we move to evaluation for this session. Define hydrocarbons. Write the properties of hydrocarbon. Name the different types of coal. Write the uses of coal and define solar energy. Students, write the answer for all these questions in your notebook. Thank you.